Hello, and welcome to the Knitworthy podcast. My name is Brianne, also known as Being Brianne on Ravelry and Instagram. And today is, Friday, May 15th, 2018. I am so happy to be here today. I'm happy that you're here too. If you're a first-time viewer, I'd like to say hello. If you're a long-time viewer or someone who's coming back for another view, I'd like to say hello. I'm so glad you're back. I don't have a whole lot to share as far as knitting today. It's been so crazy around here. You know, end of school year always gets a little bit insane. So Heather and Bennett were in town. That's my sister and my nephew, because my brother Isaac graduated from high school. He is almost 20 years younger than I am. And so we're kind of bookends. I'm the first in the family and he's the baby. And but he's, like 6'1". He's not tiny anymore, but he was about 14 months old when I got married to Brian. And it's just so funny. He feels like one of my kids almost, and so we're at his graduation. I was like really doing good, like staying like calm and not crying and but like cheering for him and stuff. And my dad looks over and he goes like this, and I was like, I know. I just started crying. Oh gosh, so funny. I'll have to see if I can insert a picture of him on the day of our wedding and then a picture of him on the day of his graduation, because he's just grown up. It's it's amazing. He's going to College of the Ozarks in here in near Branson in the fall, and we're so proud of him. He's just really a spectacular person. We're just amazed by him. Also, we had a choir concert for Owen, and this is all like in the last couple weeks. So this is all happening at the same time. We had a choir concert for Owen. It was his last concert of his junior high career, and he had a solo and he did so good. I was so proud. And he was asked or invited is a better word for it, to join the chamber singers in his high school, which is like a big deal. It's like the highest, most intense, complicated stuff kind of choir there is. And so he was invited to join along with one other boy in his class. And it's kind of a big deal because they haven't had a freshman in chamber singers for 4 years. So, I mean, that's a big deal. They just don't usually invite freshmen to become a part of it. They don't usually even let them try out, but he got invited to join, and so that's wonderful. And I asked the teacher, I said, he goes, Owen's a really phenomenal singer. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he goes, no, you don't understand. And I'm like, I don't? And he goes, no. He says, when Owen sings, he has perfect pitch. Like, you can tell him, hey, sing a F sharp, and he'll sing an F sharp, and you can have a piano there, he sings it. And he'll correct the teacher if they start on a wrong note. If they're supposed to start in D and he starts in D flat, he'll go, hey, Mr. So-and-so, this is the right note, is this one. And I mean, he's not trying to be like a know-it-all. He just knows, right? So crazy. So yeah. So we're very proud of him, and he made the high school speech team. He's done so well. He got second place in 2 of his tournaments for his speech and debate team at the junior high school, and he tried out for the high school team. So I don't know how we're going to manage all this, because the chamber choir singers, they do touring and all kinds of stuff, and so it could be interesting. I have a feeling that we're going to be very, very busy in this high school season. That's okay though. Ailish's birthday was yesterday. I don't know if you can see the lower half of this happy birthday sign, but my baby girl turned 11. And I stood in Target. You'll like this. I stood in Target looking for a card for her. And, you know, it's hard to find a card for an 11-year-old because, you know, they're getting older, but they're still just a little bit, you know, kind of holding on to childhood. And so I stood there and I'm reading all the cards. I'm like, none of these worked, but all of them made me cry. And I was like, yes, it's true. You are amazing. You're a wonderful woman. I love you so much. And, you know, all the little girl ones, I was like, I remember when you were 5. You know, I actually had one of my team members, because I work at Target, I'm on my way to work after this, but I had a fellow team member come up and go, are you okay? And I was like, no. It's a little embarrassing. It's okay though. It's all good. And what else? Oh, Evan has been, he joined the baseball team for the Racplex here, and he's doing so good. And I think it's good for him. You know, he's being challenged and trying to work with a team. And, you know, he's done team sports in the past, but, you know, this is really challenging him on new levels. And I really hope he sticks with this. Excuse me. Oh, pardon me, I'm so sorry. I've had some late nights and early mornings. I think it's challenging him on another level, which is really good, you know. And he was upset. They lost their game last night by 2 points, by 2 runs, I should say. And he was like, they lost because of me. And I'm like, honey, they didn't lose because of you. You know, team sports, you win as a team and you lose it as a team. And I said, the team that played in this game had a doubleheader, so they had a whole other game before our game. And it's just like, I think it's an hour-long game. So however many innings you get in an hour. And they smashed the other team 14-0. And we only lost by 2 points, by 2 runs. And so, you know, the fact that we lost, you know, 8-10 is really good, you know? So I was trying to explain to him, you know, about that. And I don't know. I'm really hoping that he sticks with this. I think he's got a real knack for it. But he's an athletic kid. So I don't know. But let's talk about knitting, shall we? Yes. Okay, I have one item that I'm working on right now, just because with all the craziness, I haven't been able to work on my winter rose mittens, but I have put some distance on my watermelon socks. I actually have just started the toe decreases, and I think these are so fun. Look at that. Is that not cheerful? That's a cheerful sock, my friends. This is from Biscotti Yarns. This is their Bisock, which is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. And these are going to be for my daughter, Ailish. You'll notice that there is no heel. That's because I'm going to do a true afterthought heel. I don't even have waist yarn in there. I am living dangerously. I'm living on the edge. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and complete both socks and then go back in and do the heel. So that's my plan for right now. But I have a good long stretch of knitting here, and then we'll do a toe, and then we'll put in a heel after I complete the second sock. So I feel really good about these. I have a feeling that they're going to go really, really well, and hopefully I won't end up with too many when knitting attacks moments. We shall see. But it's so much fun. I was knitting on them during the baseball game last night, and I had another mom go, "How can you do that?" Because, you know, I was watching and cheering and knitting all at the same time, and she was like, "I can't even imagine how you manage to accomplish 2 things at once like that, or, you know, 3 things at once." And I was like, it's just muscle memory. So if you don't know how to, you know, watch TV and knit, or watch a movie and knit, or watch baseball and knit. You know, it's you can do it. It just takes a little practice. I finished my, I still don't know how to say this correctly. My cassius, something like that. It turned out rather large. Of course, you know, I had quite a bit of yarn to work with here. But so here we have this end, and then it goes all the way over here. This has been blocked. So it's kind of that, I don't know how to describe it. It's not a symmetrical shawl. It's rather asymmetrical, because it's bigger on this side right here, and then it gets smaller. And this is a pattern by Hunter Hammerson. I'm gonna try not to cover up my mic too much, but this is kind of the way you're supposed to wear it, with the long end coming down, the wide end coming down, and then you kind of wrap the smaller end around it, kind of holding it in place, I think. She has, Hunter Hammerson has in her 2 curl books different ways of styling this. So I would definitely want to, you know, read up on different ways to wear this item. I love the yarn. The yarn is Up in Yarns Designs, hand-dyed with love. And this is the Sportaroonie base. It's an 80/20 super wash merino nylon blend, which is sport weight. 328 yards, which I think we decided last time was 656 yards. I did not use all of it. I got to the point where I felt like it was definitely long enough. And so I have some leftovers to put into my sock blanket, my crochet blanket. As much as I love the yarn, I don't know how I feel about the structure, what am I looking for? I don't care for the shape of the shawl very much. I tend to like to wear my shawls, you know, kind of, you know, around the back, and, you know, kind of, I don't know, like this. Don't want to cover that up. You know, I may have to fiddle with it a little bit, but to try and see if I can like wear it with like a shawl pin or something to kind of hold this in place. I don't know. I need to play with it, but my, it may grow on me and I may love it, but this may end up being something that I gift to somebody who has a real love for, you know, different shape shawls. So I don't know, we'll see. But this is, I think it turned out really beautiful. I'm really pleased with it. Let me show you the yarn closer up. So beautiful. And I forgot to tell you, that's the Of the Earth colorway. If you want to order from her, she's on Etsy. I think her name is Lauren, or am I thinking of somebody else? It's very possible. I think about a lot of people. Let's see. So yeah, so that's what I have that I finished. As far as what I'm going to work on next, I have just my 2 projects, my Fair Isle mittens, the Winter Rose mittens, and my watermelon socks. I'd like something kind of in between there, a slightly larger project, but one that that I can take along, that isn't going to be so like intense that I can't, isn't so intense that I can't work on it whenever I want to. So what I've pulled out is, this Dream in Color Classy that I have. It's not really pretty. This is from the Loopy U. It's Dream in Color Classy. and it's the My Fair Lady colorway. And I got this last year at Yarn Fest. My friends Michelle and Lorette and I went to the Loopy U, which was nearby, and I picked this up. And I'm going to hold it up close so you can see some of the colors. It's just so beautiful. So this is 100% superwash merino wool. It's about 250 yards, so I have about 500 yards here. I would like to make a shawl out of it. I originally was going to do, what is it called? I'm forgetting. It's a Susan B. Anderson shawl where it's like different. Oh, the Yowza Weigh It shawl. Yeah, I was going to do one of those, but I haven't decided if that's what I wanted to do anyways now. But that's what I bought it originally, what I intended it for. So we'll see what I end up. I would love some suggestions. Do you have an idea of what I should make with this yarn? It's very beautiful. I will have to, of course, you know, alternate skeins because they're just one of those things that you have to do with hand-dyed yarns. But I would love some suggestions on what you think I should make with it. I'm not going to cast on with it anytime soon. Not, probably not before the end of the weekend or, you know, in the next few days. So if you have some thoughts on what I should do with it, please let me know because I need help. I'm going to do some searching too, but, I would like to get some ideas from you guys. So yeah, it calls for a size 7 needle. It's 4.5 stitches per inch. So, but shawls usually I do on larger needles, especially like a, you know, like a larger weight wool like this. Or larger gauge of wool. I would like to probably use like a size 9 or 10, maybe like a 9. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. Help me out, folks. Let's talk about the contest. We're just kind of moving through this really quickly. I do have to leave for work in a few minutes, so there you go. Let's talk about the contest. We have the festival craft along that we're working on right now. We have one person who has entered a finished object already. Yay! That was Gabby Knits. So yay for Gabby. The gist of it is I was so inspired by going to DFW Fiber Fest in April. I had such a good time. It was just amazing. And it really inspired me that I want to have things, you know, like what would I wear to a fiber festival, whether it be like Rhinebeck, whether it be, you know, like any of these really fun festivals like DFW or a Yarn Fest up in Colorado or, you know, anywhere really. What would I want to wear to that? And so it can be something as easy as, you know, a vanilla pair of socks to keep your feet warm because it's going to be chilly. You could, you know, make a sweater. You could make, you know, a beaded earrings for it. You could, you know, do anything you want. You could weave something. You can crochet something. You can sew something if you want. This is really not just knitting related. This is any kind of crafting. So if you want to make stitch markers to take along, go for it. I'm really not going to be very particular about this because I want lots of people to join in, right? The more the merrier. Just make something that makes you happy, that you would love to show off and to share with other people. So for the particulars on this, the contest ends September 30th, so you have quite a bit of time to work on this. This is May 18th, so you have June, July, August, September, 4.5 months to work on this. More than one project is allowed. Just use a separate post for each completed item to get your additional entries. I want you to get more than one entry for each item, or for total if you have created more than one thing. works in progress are totally allowed, as is double dipping into different craft alongs that may be going on right now. You need to be a member of the Ravelry group to win, and the winner will be chosen by random number generator. So I have an FO thread up right now for your finished projects. I have a chatter thread. I am sorry that I have not been more active in responding to messages and to things on Ravelry and to YouTube. It has been so crazy lately. I just have not been able to keep up with everything and everybody. Yes. It's hard. So if you could just, post encouraging things to each other, cheering people on for the work that they're doing, post progress on how you're doing, show us what you've got. The winner will be sent this beautiful gradient set from the 100th Sheep. Isn't that lovely? I just think that is so beautiful. This is 660 yards approximately of a superwash merino tussa silk blend. It's the Highlands Moor colorway, and it was dyed by my dear friend Peggy of the 100th Sheep, who is a friend of our podcast, and I think it just turned out beautifully. So thank you so much, Peggy, and go check out her website, which is the100thsheep.com, and it's the number 100 T8th Sheep, TH sheep.com. I'm just making up words now, making up letters of the alphabet. You're welcome. So yeah, check her out and see what she's doing, and feel free to support her since she's a supporter of our podcast. That's it, my friends. That is it. I don't have any parting words of wisdom. I'm just, I'm busy at work and busy with kids and busy with being a wife and trying to continue being a good friend and daughter and sister and everything. And it gets a little overwhelming sometimes, doesn't it? And so I think, like everybody else, I'm just trying to, have priorities and trying to make good decisions for me personally and for my family, and trying really hard to take care of myself as good as I'm taking care of everybody else. And, sometimes that means that you need to, work a little harder. And sometimes that means that you need to give yourself a break, right? And, let yourself take care of you because it's important. And, you can't take good care of other people if you're not taking good care of yourself. And, that's something that we learned when Owen was sick. And if you're not getting good sleep, if you're not getting good rest, if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't make good decisions. You can't take good care of other people. So take care of yourself. Be a good caretaker of you. And I hope that you are doing really well. I hope that you are taking good care of yourself. I hope that you are loving on those around you and enjoying your life. And, as we come into the summer season, school lets out on Monday. I just hope that you really have some amazing things planned and that you get to do fun things even if it's just staying home and being together. That's fun too. So that is it. I love you guys. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you in a couple weeks. And until then, I want you to remember that you are knitworthy. Bye, friends.